Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are in the garage yet again, and in today's episode we're going to place the steering wheel on this Fast and the Furious. Now, the reason why this is important is because this process is pretty common. This is a Suzo Hap steering wheel, and it's a steering wheel used in a lot of these arcade games of this time period, so that's really cool. And then we're going to replace the fan on the PC of this guy because the fan's not running, the PC could overheat, and that's not good. And then I got a couple other projects back here that we're going to take a look at. They're in various different stages. So let's just get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is remove the cap right here. Now, I've already taken the screws off. The screws are actually going to utilize this T15H bit right here. So we're going to use that. So make sure you get like a kit like this. It has all the security bits in them and everything that you need. And then there's the screws right there. They're pretty rusted. So we took the cap off. So the cap's already off, and then this will simply just come right off. This center cap looks like it pops off, but it's actually part of the molded plastic. And then from there, you're going to have an H316, which is this guy right here. You're going to then just take this off. So it's got 3 screws in the inner circle here. So we're just going to take these 3 off, and then at that point, the wheel should just come off. Yep, and that's it. That's what holds the wheel on. It's just those 3 screws right here, and that's it. So we're gonna take this sticky, disgusting wheel and toss that aside, and we're gonna put in this nice new wheel right here. So we're gonna just line it up right there. You see it lines up perfectly. And then from there, we're just gonna put our screws back in. So this is gonna be pretty easy, an easy fix for us. There we go. Before we put the cap on, let's just turn on the game and make sure the wheel calibrates okay and it works, and then we'll put the cap on. Okay, because we replaced the steering wheel, I'm just gonna go in here real quick and go to the service menu, which is that button right here, and then we're gonna actually recalibrate the steering wheel. It might be hard to see this, and every test menu is slightly different, but it's just basically saying turn the wheel to the center and hit the start button, turn the wheel to the left and hit the start button, turn the wheel to the right and hit the start button, and then press and release the gas. Then hit test start. Then it says handbrake detected, hit test start to exit. And that's it. And then basically we're just gonna exit out this menu, and then we should be good to go.
All right, so I fired up the game real quick. I checked the steering wheel out. Everything worked great. Felt way better than the old one just because it wasn't all sticky and stuff. But it looks like it drives fine. I think the calibration was a good idea. I don't know if I had to do it, but it's always good to just calibrate it real quick. It's not like it's a hard task. And then you know you're good to go. All right, I'll consider this project complete, and let's go on to the fan replacement.
Okay, so I'm in the back of the arcade cabinet now, and we're taking a look at the PC. Now, one of the fans on the PC has seized up and it won't spin. I don't want this PC to overheat, so I'm gonna go and replace that. We're gonna bring the PC upstairs and check that out. Before we do that though, if you're working on any PC that's part of an arcade cabinet or any arcade PCB, make sure you take a picture of things before you disconnect it. Now, a lot of times you can go look up the PCB manuals for any game really, but in case there's a bad scan or you can't find the information you need, it's always good to take a picture before you start disconnecting things. All right, I'm gonna get this disconnected and we'll bring it upstairs so we can replace that fan.
Okay, so I'm upstairs and you can clearly see this fan is the one that's working and this fan is the one that's not. So we're just gonna power down the PC and then replace that fan real quick. So this should just take a second. Okay, we're gonna remove this fan simply by pushing these 2 tabs to the side and then pulling it out. Should come out pretty easy. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna pull this guy out and then we're gonna put the new one in. Now keep in mind, these fans blow in certain directions. So this is actually an exhaust fan, so it's blowing air out. So just make sure that arrow, make sure you look on the side of the fan to make sure which way you're putting it in to make sure it's not going the wrong way. Okay, now that the fan's installed, I actually piggybacked it off of another power connector right here, and I should be able to just power that on and it should be good to go. So let's give it a shot. All right, both fans are good to go. Okay, now we're gonna go downstairs because I have a couple more projects I wanna give you guys a progress report on, and then we'll wrap things up. You know, before we wrap up, it might be a good idea to vacuum this thing out. So I have this really cool little vacuum. Here it is right here. I'll have a link in the description of this thing. And we'll just get rid of some of this dust and dirt really quick. Might as well while we're in here. It does an okay job. It's not the best thing ever, but this thing is pretty dusty inside. Probably better off with like a canned air thing or something like that, but It does work, but this kind of stuff, it probably isn't doing the best job. Actually, this thing is kind of a piece of crap. All right, never mind. It does suck. It just doesn't suck very well. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of working, but not really. All right, just get compressed air, whatever. All right, you know, I'm never really good at cleaning things anyway. Now, let's go downstairs. Forget about this. It's a stupid idea. I wish it would just suck. Ugh.
Okay guys, next up on the project list is House of the Dead. I was able to get a House of the Dead PCB, and I got all the wires and the harnesses and everything. Now, why can't Sega ever do anything easy? This is like my third Sega cabinet I've owned, and they just don't believe in doing things simple, I guess. So yeah, so you got the main PCB, and then you got this other breakout board, which is the gun sense board, so that's for your guns. And then you have the amplifier, and this is just a transformer there. So yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff on this system. It's just a mess, man. It's a lot of stuff. The wire harness, I was able to sort of harvest this wire harness out of another machine, thankfully. So I think I have everything I need, but I'm gonna need some help for sure. And I looked at the PCB manual and it helped, but I still need some additional assistance. And actually Scarlet Sprites, if you haven't checked him out, go check out his channel. He said, hey bud, I have a Sega cabinet, I could take some pictures of it and help you out. So the goal is to get this main PCB right here into a smaller cabinet. So I'm gonna sort of build my own custom House of the Dead cabinet. It'll be much smaller than the House of the Dead cabinets that you're used to seeing out there. They're usually really long. One of them almost has like this long sort of piece, and then the main, I'll put a picture up so you can see it. I've seen a couple different variants, but yeah, I've never really seen a small one. So I'm gonna make a smaller, more portable, easier to move around House of the Dead. At least that's the theory. So that's it for this project. I know there's not a whole lot of updates, there's not a whole lot of action, but hopefully by the next video we piece some of this stuff together and we can get this going. The other project I have is over here, and it's the Killer Instinct, which are very, well, actually there's the Astro City too, but we'll get to that. I'm waiting for some parts still. And yeah, let's go look at the Killer Instinct. I'll show you what's up with that. Okay, as far as the Killer Instinct goes, I just need to install the buttons, the joysticks, and then just the main PCB board and the piece of plexi that goes over the top. And that's really it, and then wire everything up. So there's not that much to go. I wish I could say I was further along on that one, but I just have too many projects, and I've been kind of lazy. I'm backlogged. I got the Astro City. I got the Killer Instinct. I don't know what I'm doing with my Neo Geo. That's working. I got the Thunderblade. I got CRTs that need to be fixed. There's just stuff everywhere right now. And then all this new stuff coming in from Arcade Pickers. So there's actually more stuff in here that I'm not showing you right now. So it's crazy. But I will get to it. I'm going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I'm actually going to have a lot of the content of me doing the restoration stuff over on Retro Ralph Live. So if you haven't subscribed to Retro Ralph Live, definitely go check that channel out. I'm gonna just do live, really long form videos of me working in the garage. So you'll be able to see the process as I'm doing it, ask questions, all sorts of stuff like that. I feel like I'll get these projects done faster if I do more live streaming of the content. Plus you guys will be there with me. It'll be a lot of fun. So definitely go subscribe to that channel. But that's it for this quick update. I know I wish I could have given you more, but I gotta get this stuff done, man. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, turn on notifications so you can be informed of future uploads. And that's it for now, guys. We will see you on the next one.